Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of our Community Access. This week, Terry visited with the manager of NOTA about Addison Township. Then, Terry visited with the new sheriff's office. Then, have you ever thought about being a trash man? Well, we visited with the good folks at Odd Jobs in Oxford. And finally, we went to the Easter Drop Bonanza, all today in our Community Access. Welcome back. The election is coming very soon, and a lot of senior folks in Addison Township are very concerned to see if they can bring NOTA back to Addison Township. With the story is Terry.
Bill, as I said before, we were going to keep after the NOTA issue, people re-voting for NOTA in Addison Township in May, and I am here with Lynn Gustafson, the director of NOTA. It is May, right?
Yes.
That's going on the ballot again in May?
Yes, May 5th.
May 5th, okay. So I want to get an update on how NOTA's doing now that you've lost so many riders. I know Doug said the buses, he's busy with the buses, but how has that affected your routes and your drivers? Did that affect your staff at all?
The staff itself was affected because they have transported over 2,000 riders for Addison Township last year, and I think the drivers took it very personally when they know that those lives are affected, and so it's affected all of us. And we know that a lot of our riders that we took last year are homebound. They have no friends or family to take them to the places that we took them last year and in all the years since we've been in operation. Addison started in 2001. They were the starter, and actually it's so sad to not have them be a part of us. So we're hoping that on May 5th the voters will bring back Addison Township and bring back the independence to those seniors and disabled that live in Addison.
So that was really a grassroots operation that was started by Pat and Joe Schnur
Yes.
to get that back on the ballot, correct? That didn't start with the NOTA board,
No,
right?
it didn't start with us at all. And actually, Joe and Pat had started a petition and had gone around to the Addison Township voters and had brought that to the board and said, we have a lot of interest. We know that this need is real. And the board was, very pleased to see that the citizens group had taken the initiative to put this back on the ballot. And the board was more than pleased to put this back out. And we're happy that the citizen group came forward. They've been very helpful in doing this grassroots effort, going door to door as seniors themselves. I give them a lot of credit. And they're continuing to put postcards in now into the mail. So Addison Township voters will be getting those soon, and I appreciate all the efforts that they've done, as well as James Barnhart as well has been helping out, and some other citizens as well.
And I know that the last time the vote was voted down, didn't NOTA kind of help out and transport? I mean, some of those people needed transportation to the voting, to the polls. What are we going to do this time? How's that going to be made up for? How are we going to help those people?
Well, that is a problem because as of January 1st, NOTA no longer serves the Addison Township residents, and so we are no longer able to take them to the polls to help. So we're hoping that the residents that can't get to the polls themselves will be able to do the absentee ballots and request those. And if they can request the absentee ballots, they can be sent to them and they can vote from home. So we're hoping that they will take advantage of that.
Do you know what that time frame is? When do they have to have those in?
Well, I know that they're sending them out currently. So the sooner, I know they're currently still taking applications. I'm not sure what the deadline date is. I think it's about a month ahead of time, so it should be any day now. But it is not still too late. So
Great.
I would just suggest that the residents, the voters, request that if they aren't able to get to the polls on May 5th.
Hopefully that happens. How did the loss of those communities, did that affect your general overall funding, your any grants that you might have in existence or might want to apply for? Did that have a big impact?
It didn't this year, Terry, because we had some excess grant funds that we're able to use in this year.
Oh, okay, good.
The millage, so if it does pass, will bring about $70,000, and that will make able for us to maintain the 13 routes that we currently have next year. So there's a possibility that if this does not pass, we might have to cut a route or two if we don't have any other grant funding that will replace it. And the other thing I wanted to point out is in a part of the area in Addison Township is closer to Romeo.
Right.
So the board has decided that if they pass the millage, they will extend the border, the eastern border from DeQuinda Road all the way to Van Dyke Road, which will include the town of Romeo, which
Which you didn't have before.
We did not have
You think
before.
that had maybe some kind of effect on their decision making?
Well, we weren't sure because we just want to make sure that that is not going to be an issue.
Right. This
And
time.
exactly.
Good.
So, and if they do pass it,
Lovely.
we will reinstate the service immediately.
Oh, that's great. That was my next question.
Yes.
Because I have talked to some people out there, and they're just depending on their neighbors or their kids or whoever might have time to get them to their doctor's appointments. They can't even plan ahead right now.
No, and it's sad because there's actually a disabled young man that we were taking to school, to
right.
college, and he had to change his
drop.
schedule and he wasn't able to complete it. And it's just sad. There's so many stories that are just sad.
Yeah. It's heartbreaking. Well, I just wanted to come and get an update, and I promised the viewers that we wouldn't let this go, that we would keep people posted on the progress all along. So that's why we're here, and I want to thank you for everybody for caring that much to pursue this. A lot of people would have just thrown their hands up the second time, but this board, I know the board knows why NOTA's here.
Yes, it's a valuable service,
It
and
is.
NOTA gives, it's a very low cost, $1 or $2 based on the independent services. Our minimum usually $50 each way, so you can't, most of the people that don't have friends and family can't afford to hire it because it's way too expensive. So it's a valuable service to those people.
It sure is, to all the communities. So thank
Really
you
is.
for
Thank you,
continuing to
Terry.
do your job. And we are not going to let this just kind of fall to the wayside. We're going to follow it all the way through to May 5th, right?
Yes, May 5th.
Back to you, Bill.
The election is coming. The seniors in Addison Township need your yes vote. Next up, Terry visits with the brand new sheriff's office in Oxford. Terry?
Bill, they finally did it. The Oakland County Sheriff Department Oxford Division moved from M24 to the new structure that they've added to the township building, and we're going to go in and have a look and see what it looks like.
Come on in. Welcome to the Oxford Substation. I'm Lieutenant Scott Patterson. As you can see, we're still a little bit under construction. We're trying to, get the substation fine-tuned a little bit. But as far as the entranceway here, this is where the public will come in and be serviced by by our offices in here. After hours, we have a 911 box out there when the door is shut, so they can still 24/7 can actually, speak to our dispatch center, and any calls that they need for service, they'll be assigned a car for service. As far as convenience for the internal vestibule area here, we've designed this vestibule to have a half bathroom area and a drinking fountain, so for the comfort of the citizens that are waiting to be serviced. We can continue this way, and
Sure.
I'll give you a quick tour of the substation here. We also have an internal bathroom here for the public to use as well. This is our reception center right here.
Hi, Lori. She doesn't want to be disturbed, right?
And this is where the staff will actually write their reports every day. This is our report writing room.
Oh, nice. They have some elbow room now, right?
Yeah, we've designed the substation for the growth for the future, and not just to meet our needs for now, but also be fiscally responsible with the money for the budget in the township and everything like that, to make sure that we can grow into the area. We have our detective bureau off to your right here. We also have an electronics room to where all our radios and all our electronic areas are for storage for forms and things of that nature.
Okay, so that's kind of your communication base, or
Yes, that's where all our
everything
prep
you need to-
radios and anything like that. So that way, if the officers need to also use the report
Nice.
writing room to interview a victim or a witness, then they have that room to also do that there.
Okay.
We have a
Dual
storage room
purpose.
off to our left here for any type of things that we might need. And what's really nice here is we have a full service kitchen / break room area, so that if during meal breaks and those types of things, you actually have a place where you can sit down and enjoy your meal.
Home sweet
while
home,
you're here.
huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are your shifts like? Are they 8-hour shifts?
7
10-hour?
in the morning till 3, and then 3 to 11, and 11 to 7.
Okay, so and your staff does that 5 days a week, or how many?
24/7, 7 days a week.
you always
we're
have
always
somebody
we're
here.
always here. That's why when we're open for business Monday through Friday between 8 and 4. When our excellent secretary Lori Collier is up front there, when she's not here and the doors are locked, that's why we do have that 911 box up front there, so you can, if you want to come see us and you didn't have a cell phone or anything along those natures, and you can always push the button, talk to them, and
Nice.
get serviced.
And how many staff do you have here? That's a rotational basis as well?
15, including me.
15.
For right now. Yeah. The
right.
last contract that we that we had was approved to add an additional deputy in 17, an additional deputy in 19.
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
Okay.
Nice. So you have room to grow now.
Oh, absolutely,
That's
absolutely. The men's locker room is right here off to your left.
Hope nobody's home, huh?
No, it's
Oh,
wide
isn't
open
this
right now.
lovely?
This has got growth
Very
for 20. We have 22 men lockers in here, and we have a full bathroom area down there and a shower facility on the end.
Very
So if any needs to decontaminate or anything like that you would need to do here, they can take care of all those needs.
And as you said, a little bit under
Little bit under construction,
We'll
so-
step out of the way.
We also have a overflow since we have all the seasonal uniforms for summer, winter, additional equipment, and those types of things. We've designed a overflow closet area so that they don't have to keep
Just
those
in
things at
case.
home or in their lockers.
So I should
Pardon us,
mention that this has been, you are now housed in the township offices, the township building on Dunlap
Yes,
Road.
the exact mailing address is 310.
Okay.
The fire department actually assigns those numbers, and the township's address is 300,
Okay,
and they assigned us the 310 address.
And what did it take? They actually refurbished the entire lower level of
Yes,
their building?
the whole building was designed for growth for the future when they designed the township
right.
offices. That's why they have the new meeting hall up front there. They expanded the up front parking lot, the back parking lot. When we started with this project, this was nothing but pea gravel down here.
Right.
So we started from scratch. The shell of the basement was there, and then we had to develop into what you see now.
Yeah.
We also have 8 female lockers, so
Okay.
8 female officers, and
That was going to be my next
yes,
question.
absolutely. We've got growth for both men and women
Yes,
here, and so just like the men's locker room, that's built for growth as well.
Great.
We also have down the hallway down here to the right is the employee entrance and exit for the deputies, so that when they come in it's separate, and that's pretty standard for most substations.
Safety reasons, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
We got the sergeant's office right here. That's Sergeant DeRocha.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you too. Oh, you have all kinds of space.
And we got 2
here.
rooms right here for conducting interviews. And we also have the lieutenant's office.
Which would be yours, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
As you can see, everything flows really nice. We're really happy. It kind of exceeded our expectations as far as what we feel the need is for the public and for the officers' needs to conduct business on a day-to-day basis. It's really worked out really well. We're just trying to tweak everything, and eventually when it gets warmer outside, there'll be some landscaping, and we'll get some additional signage up for when you come into the parking lot to help direct you around back and those types of things. So we're still trying to address everything to get some more attention to detail on as
Sure,
far as
and-
how the public's concerned.
Right. I imagine you'll have to be here for a while before you know exactly
Sure.
what needs to be
I mean,
tweaked completely.
It's like moving into a house. They always say
Sure.
it's kind of stressful moving, but instead have something built and then move into it. It's even more
Right.
stressful, and that's kind of what this has been as far as just trying to tweak everything. Things come up and trying to. You're going to need to be in there for a little length of time to
right.
actually work out the kinks and to get things up and flowing. But we've had nothing but positive feedback from the public,
Oh, good.
staff, other employees and stuff like that throughout the county that have come in. They're really pleased with the project.
That was one of my concerns, moving from such a visual location. You're really not that much further
Right.
outside of the hub of the community, but you're on a different side. Has
Right.
that had an impact at all, or you're out moving about anyhow?
I just
right?
think just being moved into a new location, it's going to take a little time for everybody to get kind of used to us being here. That's why it's what it's going to help when you get the road commission They're supposed to be by the end of this week to establish some road commission signs to direct the public here, and also some internal signs. It's still kind of wintertime, ground's still kind of frozen, so until that kind of thaws out a little bit and we can actually start digging some posts in and those things, we've actually have some old sign, postings at the old substation to direct people here
good.
also.
Good.
Okay.
Right.
But other than that, it's been working out really well.
And it doesn't affect when your deputies that are out on call, it doesn't affect them as far as calls are concerned because you
No.
cover the whole township.
Absolutely, because we don't dispatch cars out of the substation
here.
here. That's done at our dispatch center. So if you were to call 911 or you were to call our non-emergency number, when they dispatch a car, they're going to be radioing that from downtown at the dispatch center anyhow.
And they're usually out patrolling the township.
Absolutely, they're out
so
servicing.
that doesn't have an impact.
Correct.
Financially, did that have an impact on you financially?
No, actually, it's. I think it's. Thank Bill Dunn and the rest of the township board. I think it's been very fiscally responsible because there was a lot of monies that were going out as far as leased properties,
Yes.
and they took the money from the building fund. This way, when you pay for these projects back to those funds, then you're going to be in the black like maybe 10 years down the road. So that way, you're not throwing away lease money. It's going back to.
It's going to the township.
Correct. That's
Right.
been the game plan from the get-go. Is all this projects, as far as the new meeting hall and this is that that's exactly what it's really trying to be fiscally responsible. Instead of throwing those monies away to lease
Right.
properties, it's going to eventually come back to
Makes a lot of sense.
the township.
So that cleared that up. I was going to ask if that was a building that was owned by the Oakland County or
No, matter of fact, they were leasing that property over there, and they were
My
also
goodness.
leasing the property for the Vets Hall, I believe, down for the new meeting hall. And the new meeting hall is located on the north side of the building.
Right. Now they're looking to sell that building. to
Yes,
township,
correct.
right.
And the underneath of that building is like this was. It's pea gravel, and it's for future growth. So they haven't decided what they're going to use that space for at this point in time.
It's a good old building. Well, thank you. This is an interesting building. I'm glad to see that everybody's settled in. And
Oh yeah,
you have
everybody's
some elbow
happy.
room
Yeah,
now.
it's definitely a more
great.
professional, user-friendly, and like I said, it's designed for the growth for the future too.
Great.
So?
Any message to the community? I know they're going to say,
Eventually,
welcome to be on this side of town.
eventually they're gonna schedule an open house.
Oh, great.
So
Okay, good.
we'll keep in touch with you on that specific date on when that's going to be open for the public to come in
Great.
and view it themselves.
And if they need to get in touch with you for any reason, non-emergency, it's the same telephone
Same
number,
telephone
right?
numbers.
969
Absolutely.
0337?
969-3077.
Sorry, I had that one wrong. So the number that you've always called, call
Absolutely.
that number.
Same numbers.
They're very approachable here, so if you want, just come on down and see where they're located anyhow. Thank you so much
Not a
for
problem.
showing
Thanks for
us
coming.
around. It's lovely here. Back to you, Bill. I'm going to look around some more.
Good job, Terry. Next up, Terry with our photographers Dan Wise to ride with the Odd Jobs Disposal Company. If you want to be a trash person, let's watch.
So, Bill, every Friday, all of us drag all of our garbage and recycles to the curb and just walk away from them. But have you ever thought about how they get to the truck from our driveway and where they go from there? I've always wondered what these poor guys have to go through in a day, so we're going to spend some time with them and find out.
I wake up early and get to work and meet with the guys in the morning. We have some guys checking the trucks out in the morning, the fluids and the tires, and making sure everything is good to go there. And then the drivers will go over the route sheets and check out the new customers and put them in order. And then we just take off. We usually get the trucks out of the shop by 10 after 6, get on the route and start picking. How long is the day? It varies from, it could be anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. Sometimes in summertime might be a little bit longer. People, or spring cleanup is here now. People throwing away more things and just more stuff to pick up. So, and then the weather could be another issue for a longer day, but generally about 6 to 8 hours. As far as the weather goes, my biggest stress is the safety of the guys. We have taken a few days off because of large amounts of snowfall or ice storms. It's not safe to take the trucks out. So but the guys are number one. Keep those guys safe. And then we've had a few cold days, this past winter and even last winter. It was maybe 35 below. And then for the guy in the back, it might even be colder. So we took those days off and made up for them later on. We have 4 crews, generally 4 to 5 trucks going out depending if it's compost season. We always have recycling out, and 3 trash trucks, then compost. But we also have another truck though for commercial front load dumpsters, you know, the dumpsters you see behind restaurants or businesses. So we have 14 employees. We go as far as, we go to Ortonville, parts of Clarkston, Oxford, Lake Orion, the townships, then a little bit towards Lakeville way down there, up to Rochester Road. And growing, yes. Yep. So,
And your home base is where? Where are you based out of?
we are based out of Oxford. We're on Matamora Road, 3323 Matamora Road in Oxford, just north of Oakwood Road. That's where the office is at, and the shop for the trucks. Everything is there, one location. Customers, they come in and pay their bill. They do that. Come in and say hi, talk with Jim at the office. Most challenging routes, probably a lot of routes that are on the back roads. You know, if they're not, like in the wintertime, you know, the hilly routes and the curvy routes, and if they're not cleared right away, you know, they get the ice, and then, you know, just pretty much out in the back roads are the scariest moments sometimes. Yeah, we can accommodate all the extra trash, no problem. I mean, it's always a good idea to call the office beforehand, let us know, give us a heads up. I mean, sometimes there is going to be an extra charge for some of that stuff, but I mean, we do give them one large item per month. So, but I mean, we can still take it anytime, but just, yeah, give us a call. Talk to Angie Taylor or Jim at the office, and we can set it up, and because they'll record it on the route notes, you know, and then we can make sure it's taken care of. But we cannot pick up, you know, hazardous material. Can't take liquids like oil, oil-based paints. I mean, the water-based paint, if you dry it up, put kitty litter in it, we can take that. We're not supposed to take car batteries, you know, concrete, which, like the concrete in the back can be rough on the truck, might ruin something in the back. So, I mean, pretty much everything else we can take. I mean, we can take construction, you know, regular trash and all that stuff, and metal. We have a guy we can call. If you have metal, you can call us, and we'll call him, and he'll come and take it free of charge. No issues there whatsoever. And we do. We're just this season now. We're starting. We're going to start picking up weekly now. Yeah, we used to be on a different schedule. Almost, it was the first, third, and sometimes 5th week for a compost pickup, but now we pick it up. We're going to be doing it every day now. Well, just the most unusual thing that, I mean, just last Friday we picked up a deer carcass. Customer called us and asked us if we could take that. So we took that. It's been, I mean, it's just pretty much the normal stuff of, you know, just trash and a lot of household, you know, furniture, and nothing too crazy. Sometimes you might find a possum in the garbage.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask.
Plain possum. Sometimes they'll wake up and jump out. That's happened too. Squirrels are in there sometimes. You never know. You open the lid up, you don't know what's going to be under there. As a family-run business, it's a good idea to call us, because we are local. We're here in Oxford, and Lake Orion as well is local. I grew up in Oxford, went to schools in Oxford. I graduated here. My kids go to school here in Oxford now. I think it's good to keep everything local, of course. We hear that all the time. We do pump money back into the community. You know, we do what we can do to help out or sponsor, you know, fundraisers and that. So I think even the people, some of the people that work here still live in Oxford, and we're Lake Orion, even Ortonville, which is close. So it's nice to we try to keep it tight like that. Because I like to think of everyone else that works here as family too, and then we have a good atmosphere, and so it works out pretty good. The guys, they do a fantastic job that work for Odd Job. Couldn't do it without them, and I'm glad they're here to help us out. Yeah, we do get some phone calls if someone had maybe a flood in their basement or some weather-related issue, and maybe it destroyed a bunch of their things and they wanted looking for a way to get rid of it. I mean, we have picked up many of those. Yeah, they can always give us a call, and lots of times too now they'll take a picture, send it to the email. We can check it out online, and then give them a price or whatever and help them out. We've gone out on Saturdays to do maybe an extra cleanup, to help out. Some people are moving and they want to, they're closing on a house today and they need to get the stuff taken out right now. So we try our best to get there and take care of it and clean it up so they can move on. What would make it a lot easier is if everyone would bag their garbage. I know some people may just take it for granted. They'll have a garbage can, they'll just throw all the loose ends in there, but it's hard on the windy days. Like here in Waterstone, it gets really windy in here, this open ground. And when you're trying to tip a can in there, and all these little papers, they come out and the wind is blowing, and just lots of times they'll just blow it back out, and it's hard to catch up with it and try to catch all the papers. I mean, we try to pick up what we can, but you catch up a piece of paper and it blows away again. But yeah, if it was all bagged up and tied, that makes it a lot easier and faster and keeps everything, the neighborhood cleaner that way too. And even with the recycling too, they can use the little grocery bags at Meijer, put the recycling in there, maybe tie it off and then put it in a recycling bin. They keep it a lot cleaner too. So yeah, I mean, that'd be about the best thing they could do on their behalf. That'd be a big help, actually. Oh, I love serving this community because, like I said earlier, I grew up here. A long time ago, my dad used to own Odd Job Trucking. I used to help him out, work with him, and then, later on, we got involved with this side of the garbage business of it, and so I don't think I'll ever leave here because I do like being here. I like to eat in downtown Oxford. I like all the restaurants. It's I even go to some other places and buy parts and get my hoses made down here in downtown at Steve's Auto, and I try to get back in that regard too. Go ahead and take that too. Yeah, sorry about that. So forgot where I was at now. Yes. This is and the kids love it here, and a lot of friends here, and so yeah, I don't see myself ever leaving here. I think I'd be a lifer here. It's a great place to live. Oxford is.
Good job, Terry and Dan. Next up, our reporter Lauren Sugden visited with the Easter Egg Bonanza last Saturday. Lauren?
Hi, what's your name?
Wanya.
Hi. So, I see that you have a lot of eggs, and I love your basket.
Wiley.
Your best friend?
Yeah, that's my best friend, Wiley.
Oh, your cousin? Hi, how are you?
Easter eggs. I have a lot of Easter eggs.
I see that.
I got 100.
You got 100? You think you got 100?
5.
Yeah, I think you have a little bit more than 5.
I'm 4. And she's 3.
How many eggs you got?
100.
That's your guesses? You think you have 100 eggs?
I've never seen a giant one before.
What?
A giant one, Daddy.
He has a giant one. What's your favorite part about today?
When I got the giant ones.
When you get the giant ones?
Another one. Where is it?
They're all very colorful. And tell me, what does Easter mean to you?
This.
The eggs?
Yeah.
That is really sweet. What does Easter mean to you?
I got ordered 2.
Eggs.
Well, that's all the time for this week. We hope you enjoyed our program. So, for our reporters, Terry Stiles, Lauren Sugden, and our photographer, Dan Zwise, and our reporter, Kyle Snedge, I'm Bill Service. You have a great, great week.